afternoon. Welcome to Lawyers and Libations with Rebecca and Sarah, episode 8.
Hello. Yeah, crazy. Hard to believe.
Fuck, we're making it through the summer. That's the only thing I can say at this point. At this point, it's like legitimate survival mode. But we are here. I mean, like anytime the kids are out of school, right? It's tricky.
Complete madness. I've all kids, different camps. I mean, I have to make lunches and snacks, specially labeled depending on which camp each day. It's awful.
See, I'm not doing any of that. I know that I've already told you all that I would sainthood Rebecca immediately upon her death for her activities with her children because she's phenomenal. I don't do any of that shit because I would rather kill myself. But well done, girl.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
And they're in all different camps, aren't they?
They are. George is in, you'll love, George is in basketball camp this week. And we got him the University Blue Air Jordans.
Carolina Blue?
Carolina Blue and black, nitty. They're so freaking cool. And they're not making them anymore. And that little punk wears them every day to basketball camp. Like,
But you're now making him into a sneakerhead boy.
yeah, he slept with them in the bed with us last night.
Were
So no one would steal
Were they
them.
at least boxed, or
They were
did you have to
boxed, yeah.
smell them? Okay, he
the box
boxed
was
them.
in the bed. He was like, I just want to make sure no one steals my sneakers.
But if he's playing, if he's playing outside, you don't want to fuck him up, obviously. So what are you going to do?
He's not allowed to wear them outside. And so my deal was like, if you never wear them outside and you don't ruin them, I will buy you a new pair when you have bigger feet.
You do realize that feet grow really quickly, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're a little big for him. So I think I'm buying
Like
myself
how big? Like
6
Ronald
months.
McDonald big? Like with like the floppy thing? Because if not, I'm worried you just set yourself
yeah.
up for hell every 6 months.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's an expensive habit.
It's a very expensive habit. He's gonna have to sell some freaking lemonade.
But they're beautiful. I have
So
no
cute.
doubt. We do have a lot of guy friends that are very much into sneakers. One of my really good friends, Andrew, who plays, his daughter is an amazing soccer player on Adeline's team. He has the largest sneaker addiction. It may possibly lead to the divorce of him and his wife because he is constantly buying sneakers.
They
I think he has
are
his own
expensive.
closet.
Well, and they are. I'm not gonna lie, they are so cool. Like,
Yeah.
and I love a cool set of sneakers. I mean, obviously can't wear them to court, but like, they do look pretty sweet.
One of the nicest things your husband ever did for me was he got you a pair of Nike, very cute Carolina Blue girls' little running
Like the
comfy
college,
shoes.
yeah.
The little college, so cute. And I said that I liked them, and he had them delivered to my house.
He
Like
did?
I was
Oh, yeah?
like, God damn it, Ryan!
It was so sweet.
just won my ass over, little bastard. I could love him more.
It was definitely. I mean, and that's right when sneakers were becoming hot again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were my favorites. I blew right through them. I'm already on my like 5th pair of like fun, trendy sneakers.
Yeah,
Obsessed.
I bought a pair in Portugal that was super, super cute, little Nike cute ones. Adeline continues to ask for Air Jordans. Are they still called Air Jordans, or are they just Jordans?
they are.
Okay, so she wants some of those. I told her to fuck off until her feet stop growing.
Well, did y'all watch Air, the movie yet?
No.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Is it so good?
Y'all should watch it.
Is it
tonight.
appropriate for children?
All 3 of my kids watched it. So it's what's crazy is the guy that plays Michael Jordan, you actually never see his face, but it's about when like Nike became big, because before Nike had Jordan, they were like the 3rd sneaker company. They were not big time, and they went on this crazy sales pitch. But it's Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in the movie, who I love.
They're a great duo together, aren't
So
they?
great.
They're
And I was
brilliant
like-
actors.
Like sidebarring the whole time to the kids, I was like, look, they're actually best friends in real life, and they're in this movie together.
They came through. They've known each other in high school.
It
and they wrote a
was
blockbuster.
So good. Y'all should watch it tonight. I mean, it was like a feel-good business, like, loved it.
I am still cracking up at the fact that I did ask, is it appropriate for children when I...
Yeah, I mean, I think your
like,
window.
As I
is like,
said that, my
whatever.
brain was like, huh. What I meant was, is there like vivid sex in it? Because other than that, everything's appropriate
But you
for
let
children.
her watch. What was that crazy show? that's-
Peppermint, where she killed everyone? Like,
No,
No.
the sex thing.
what was it?
Episode 5, What Every Woman Loves.
Bridgerton.
Yes.
No, I did not let her watch that episode. We watched 1 through 4, and I was like, this is such a great
think
show.
I
I couldn't
warned
love
you.
it. And you warned me. You said, watch out for episode 5. And I go, oh, absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. And so she didn't get to finish it. So I did not let her
good.
watch that.
Thank
And it's, but she is exposed to, again, that 1923 show that I was saying. There is a lot of sex in that, but I fast forwarded it through that and we move right along. But there's like violence, like taking a rock and smashing it on a guy's head and stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, ooh, this is making me uncomfortable.
I mean, it's survival.
I mean, she's like, yes, Mom. God, that guy so deserved to die that way. Can we? Are they going to scalp him too? I'm like, fuck. I don't. You're going to need more.
I don't know how to lie.
You're going to need more therapy. So summertime. I wanted to see briefly if we could discuss some summertime tips, right, from the law side of like maybe safety things. Tell me, we've done, the first like top 3 things that you do if you've been in a workers' comp accident or been injured on the job. We've done, what do you do if you get into a car accident? I jokingly said, run if it's your fault and you've been drinking. But, hopefully nobody takes me seriously on shit like that. But if you are, say, boating, what would you say the top 3 things you should do, Rebecca Kirkland-Holberg, if you are involved in a boating accident?
I think boating accidents are so scary, right? Like, and we love the lake. We're on the boat every single day, all day long. And it's a lot worse than being in an accident on the road, right?
Oh, it's terrible. You see those videos where you're like, it's always the guys that are dying laughing, right? When they see the video and it's like they're hitting the waves and you see the people kind of go like 2 feet in the air, 3 feet in the air, 4 feet in the air, and then everybody shoots the fuck off into the water, right? I'm like, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think that's like the number one scary thing about a boating accident is like they're never minor.
No.
But God forbid you are in one. I mean, it may already be too late, but I hope you're wearing a life jacket, or at least your boat has enough life jackets.
How many people are actually wearing life jackets
I don't wear a life jacket on a boat.
No, me neither. No.
But I think it's very similar to being in an auto accident. So if you're ever on the boat, I feel like a lot of them happen at night. If you're ever involved in a collision with another boat, same thing. Take pictures. Most importantly, find your friends.
Right.
Get everybody to safety and call the police. And so that'll depend on which police department it is, depending on.
God, I hope you're not drunk on the boat and you cause the accident.
You're not
That's bad. Like that South Carolina case. What was the guy that
was awful?
But what was the
Murdochs.
the Murdochs. God, that is a fucked up family.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But probably most importantly is just to be careful going into it, making sure your boat has enough life vest, making good decisions, making sure all of your lights work, because you just don't want to be on the other end of that lawsuit.
No.
For sure.
No. I grew up boating in Sarasota a lot of the time. I was down there. My dad was there, and I lived there for about 7 or 8 years. And I went down there in law school, and we were out for the July 4th boat races, which in Sarasota is really big. They do boat races, and all the boats go out, and we all watch it, and it's so much fun. So my dad, we were in the bay, and we got our prop wrapped around a crab trap line. And so my dad and my brother get in the water to get it uncut. Well, there was huge swells, right? And then you've got the boat racing, so you've got waves like that. And I'm watching my dad from the boat, and I look at him, and he went ghostly pale, and I go, "What just happened to you?" And he goes, "The prop got me." And I go, "Get the fuck out of the water right now." So we got him out of the water. It came within 2 millimeters of severing his femoral artery.
Oh.
Because props are so sharp, right? And they've got a curve out kind of cup to them, and they are, deadly sharp. You do not want to mess with that at all. And it curved and kind of dug out, cupped his leg, right? So we had to have I immediately got him up and tied off his leg and elevated it. And it was 911 trauma. That's why I wanted to be a doctor in the first place, but I wasn't smart enough. And so we got him on one of those sheriff boats, and they got him to the ER, but shit went very much right. And then my brother actually sank the boat later that day, swamped it off the beach. I know you're not shocked by this. So we've had a lot of boating things that have happened to us. So yes, they are dangerous.
So number one, be careful. And if you are in an accident, take pictures, call the police, and then call a lawyer. Because you're definitely going to want to make sure whatever side of that lawsuit you end up on.
Yeah, because people who could be your friends
may not be your friends.
If you injured them while, I don't know, going through a duck blind or something like that.
And then kind of the key as in all, whether it's workers' comp, auto, or boating case, is getting medical treatment. So if you're hurt, go to the doctor. I feel like some people just try to put it off and they're like, I'm fine. And then they end up either more hurt, or if it comes time to settle your case and you're dealing with insurance, if you delay medical care, They're just questioning.
They're like, you're fine. You didn't go for, 6 weeks? I'm sure you're okay. And you're like, I actually need a back fusion surgery right now. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. One of the other things that scares the shit out of me dealing with like lakes and boats and water and all of that is I've heard of these cases where somebody doesn't get their electrical system checked out on the dock, right? And so...
like in Ozark, right? Don't they murder somebody that way?
I didn't see the Ozark episode, but I've heard this like where kids, because the electrical system goes faulty, there's now an electrical current in the water. It's within the first 10 feet around the dock or 15 feet. Somebody starts to flounder in the water because they're being fucking electrocuted. And then and they can't move. And then someone jumps in to save them. They too then get into, you can wipe out an entire family by not checking your electrical system on the dock. So, tip to our listeners, if you have a dock that you dock your boat at, it's at your house, get it checked every year because that's the scariest thing I've ever heard. There's like, kids just run right off the dock and jump. We did it growing up. All of our kids still do it, right? And then they'll just be dead. So let's avoid that.
That's very good advice.
Yes. So today, I know that we have a very special guest on the show. I'm very excited about it. Tell us who's coming on the show.
So we have Pepper with Pepper Boxing. Mm-hmm. So one thing that definitely you and I talk about a lot, but it's also really important within the legal community right now is attorneys and stress and depression and suicide and all the bad things that we go through. And so one of the hardest things I think that about what we do is we hear bad stories. We're dealing with constant deadlines. We've got high client expectations and needs. So we get pretty freaking stressed out, on any given day.
Yeah.
So we all have to figure out ways to deal with that stress. Certainly one way is by drinking libations.
Yeah.
Going to Johnny's.
Taking legal edibles.
Delta 8, 9, whatever the legal one is.
It's 8, but 9's now kind of legal too. It's fine. Anyway, highly recommend.
Therapy.
No pun intended.
So there are all these different ways. But so one way that I have found that it's helped me a lot with stress, particularly when we were involved in a pretty intense lawsuit a few years ago, was I started boxing. So,
yes.
And for a while I was actually in really good shape. And Pepper may actually joke about the fact that I don't go that often anymore because my kids are crazy. But it is the best workout. And you literally, every time I go, I just envision whoever.
Do you get outrage? Just
so
full-blown rage?
Oh, yeah. It's dark and it's kind of moody and it's hip-hop music and you just beat up a bag and you feel
I'm generally borderline think that I'm going to have a stroke on most days. Legit. It's either that or a fucking heart attack. I haven't figured out which one. After I had my back fusion, I developed some sort of weird heart condition. They're not really sure what it is, but I don't have a regular EKG. So I've gone and had all these heart tests and all things. But so it is one of my fears based on stress levels that it's either I'm going to rip somebody bodily limb from limb, which could generally happen most days. Most days. I don't want, a poor, nice homeless person with a bad mental illness to jump me. I want an escaped convict that was prosecuted and found guilty of child molestation to escape and get out and come at me. And I'm come at me, bro. I am going to rip you limb from limb. And I literally have talked to my therapist multiple times about this. And I'm I do. I talk to him every week. Don't worry. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. But I am concerned that at some point in time, either someone else is going to die or I may die. I do yoga and meditation and those things to try and help. But I think it's moved beyond that at this time. So I'm excited to talk to Pepper about what I need to do to get out some of the rage.
Yeah, I think maybe you should box.
I may need to.
So we'll get set up and we'll have Pepper come join us in just a minute.
Perfect. Okay. Can't wait.
Welcome back to Lawyers and Libations. I am so excited to have my friend Pep here from Pepper Boxing.
We love Pep.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Pep in your step.
Thank you for coming, Pep.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, you have brought us some spring break fucking 1999, some sort of drink.
Acapulco.
This color is azul.
Yeah, let me grab
It's it frozen? What is it?
Yep, it's frozen. It's blue. It's blue flavor.
But is it like the fish bowls from like, it's Fat Tuesday?
Fat
I don't even know
Tuesday.
that I knew there was a Fat Tuesday up at the Battery.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah, it's by the
Oh.
parking lot. Mhm. It's great. They would only serve me.
Did you get this from a homeless person down the street? You did, didn't you? Does this have roofies?
They would only serve me one drink, and I had walked away, came back, got the other one.
Oh my God, no
walked
way.
away, did it again. So
Oh my
all for you.
So what's this one?
Pina colada.
Oh, good. I like a pina
Yeah.
colada.
It's actually fucking delicious. I'm not going to lie.
It's like a sharky shake.
Oh my God, this is so good. It tastes like spring break. 99 actually.
This is not calorie free, though.
Right?
Pep, what
This
are
is
you
definitely not
drinking?
calorie
then?
free.
'Cause I don't
this
see a Spring
is-
Break 99 drink in front of you. So what are you drinking?
This is a nice alcoholic seltzer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it's not like fizzy water and
My
being,
body's
like,
my
super
temple.
healthy.
So there you go.
You know, so I recently
is mine.
switched. You'll appreciate Pepper. So one of my favorite things is I did not do it this year because I was a little too chunky to do it. But at the beginning of last year, y'all had the body challenge,
Yeah, Bod Squad.
Bod Squad. And so I found out my body fat percentage, which was shockingly higher than I thought. But I recently retested to figure out what it was.
P.S. I've seen you naked multiple times. You have hardly any fat on your body at all. It is all muscle.
She is.
She is phenomenal.
beast. She's awesome.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is
Well-
a complete beast.
So, but it can't. So this thing, the machine thing I got on, I was like at 100% for my muscle that I was supposed to have for my age.
Obviously.
But I have 15 pounds of extra fat, like primarily around my abdomen.
Did you say, are they in my boobies? Thank you.
They're definitely not in my boobies. That's very
distributed
yours.
all around.
But what was so, I've been like into my nutrition, and so everybody was like, "You've just got to up the protein and down the carbs." So I've been
There's something
drinking
to
a
that.
lot more of these, clear seltzers to cut down on my carbs. What do you think?
Yes, I think they help.
I mean, I should probably drink water.
Yeah, I mean that's how that works, right?
I shouldn't
mean,
drink pina coladas.
sugary
they're
pina colada.
They're delicious.
There is something to that. I mean, not all calories are considered equal, so it's not as simple as reduce your calories, create a deficit, and you'll lose weight. The older you get, you just process calories differently. So yeah, you have to reduce your carbohydrates, but it's also about nutrient timing, like when you eat them. You could do it a little bit more earlier in the day than later, and you typically drink later.
Right? No, I agree. Yeah,
So-
I'm not drinking seltzers
So he's telling
yeah.
you to drink in the morning.
at morning and
and a
lunch,
Bloody
and
Mary,
then eat at night.
and then as you get your vegetables at the exact same time.
Okay.
You're welcome.
But
Basically a nutritionist at this point.
take my job.
I know. I'm sorry.
I think vodka seems to do well for most, but I'm pretty sure tequila is the diet alcohol. And yes, the seltzers do have less. I know.
Cheers from the crowd.
Yeah. do have they have less carbohydrates, calories, but
So vodka soda, how would that rank? That would rank pretty like solidly.
I'd say like 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, dog.
Tequila soda.
Yeah, 8.5, 8.5 out of 10.
That's mine to kind of go to this summer. I do enjoy a
see,
tequila
look at
soda.
us.
Can I try that blue thing though? Let's
Yeah,
trade out.
absolutely. Can I try that blue drink?
Let's trade while we're
Here you go.
Blue is always my favorite color drinking.
That's because it tastes like cotton candy or
like
something
the
like
blue
that. It's
M&Ms.
really delicious. It's not bad.
Woo! That does taste like college.
Is it strong? Or you can't even taste it.
You know, I mean, I'm sure the Everclear is probably hidden under the blueberry Kool-Aid flavoring.
It is. But no, it's delicious. I enjoy a really good pina colada, but they are so fattening for you and horrendous. I know that because I'll like go on vacations with my daughter and she'll be like, "Can I get a pina colada?" I'm like, "Of course you can get a virgin pina colada. That's totally fine." And then like I'll Google because I'll be like, "I'll have one,"
It's like
and
a
I'll
meal.
Google
Oh,
in
it's
it, and
so
I'm
bad.
like, does that say 1,100
Yeah.
calories?
It's like a
Fuck
meal.
that. We're
It's
not
like a
doing
meal.
that. Mm-mm.
Well, great news. We can also get our refills with these koozie.
jeez.
Girl, I'm not
We
doing
should
I'm
bring
sorry.
these for Braves game.
I don't, yeah. I don't know
Thanks,
if I
Pep,
did
for
you guys
making
right.
us fat.
Yeah.
When
I
you
don't-
came, that was not the goal.
Well, now
not
we're
very
going to
on
have to
brand.
go boxing. So
That was some fuckery.
tell us about, I mean, obviously, like, I hope you don't mind. I feel like I'm a big brain ambassador within the legal
Thank you.
community. I tell everybody they should box.
Thank you.
And all of our girlfriends do come and box with you, except for me.
The whole team.
But I will be.
You're next.
I'm coming. I am clearly.
We should
not
do a
coming.
private one, just you and I.
Oh, I can do that. Do I get to hit a lot of things?
You can try to hit me.
Okay. But are you going to like bob and weave and make it so I can't hit you?
I don't know.
He might hit you back. It's
yeah,
fine.
I mean, the first hit is free.
I'm okay with that too. Like, I
one
mean,
I hit back.
yeah, no, that's completely fine. I actually, I had an older brother, so I fought, growing up. And then I did fight one boyfriend in college who was a baseball player, and I won, and I sent him to the hospital.
Why? What happened?
Well, I mean, no, of course you can ask. Yeah, no, it was so stupid. I am a complete open book. Yeah. So, that Big Brother, well, he had been drinking a lot, and he was doing the Big Brother thing where you put your hand to somebody's face and you push him down, you go like this, and you go, get up, get up. Get up. My brother used to do that to me, and I was like,
rage.
Stop doing that. And he was like, get up, hit me. And I go, you're fucking crazy. Why would I hit you? I'm never going to hit anyone ever. And he did it like 2 more times, and I got up and I was like, what? I mean, I can now understand, oddly enough, this makes me sound fucking insane. I'm generally a pretty normal person, but I can understand the why men fight, right? The release that it gave me of the rage, calming down and just raw gratification of pummeling someone in the face as hard as you can. Real fucking weird. But it's you're like, oh God, that felt really good. That felt lovely. Knock me down again and see what happens.
So I mean, need to come boxing. I think you
got rage.
I do. Okay. I do have. Yeah, because I also was taught at a very young. I choke down my emotion stuff. So when normal people get angry about stuff, I'll go, I'm sure that they probably have this going on, and that's understandable. And why would I be mad at them for this, right? So I choke it down, and then it's just simmering under the skin. It's not good.
Yeah, I think that's why men die young.
Yeah.
They force all that in. They just don't let it out.
Yeah. So I should come and do a private with you. Okay.
Yes, I think there's something therapeutic about hitting a bag or doing mitt work. Yeah. I don't suggest you should fight.
I don't want to fight it. No, I don't want to. That's my plan.
Legal advice.
Yes, that is not my plan. That was when I was 21 years old and an idiot child. But also I'm smart enough to know as a female, which leads me to my next question to you, is good. That as a female,
yeah, here we go.
I also know, generally speaking, if a man gets one hit off on me, I'm fucked, right? I will be knocked down because men, sadly enough, are inherently much physically stronger than we are, right? So when I sent him to the hospital, it's because he did not hit me back, right?
Good.
So,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely not. But that's the whole thing is, so if you're a woman and you are, say, jumped by that escaped child molesting felon that got out of prison, where am I going to hit him to incur the most damage? That's what I would like to know.
Right. So what would you say right off the bat?
Well, I would like to say nuts, but I don't think that that's actually right. Maybe throat.
I think nose right here, up.
Up like this.
That would kill them, right?
Well,
No,
I mean, yeah, if you're Mike
that's
Tyson.
not real.
Old wives' tale.
Yeah, that's not real.
Okay.
Your throat.
Okay, so let's run through the gauntlet here. Women, obviously super capable of defending themselves and generating a fair amount of force. But if your attacker is, let's say, 100 pounds heavier than you, or
you're fucked.
50, 60, 70 pounds, whatever it is, there is a density to their muscle and to their bone that will, for the most part, walk right through anything
100%.
you can give them.
You're going to jam them in the eye with your thumbs.
Actually, kind of. Yes. So you have to look for things that hang, so you can tear and bite. And you have to look for soft, fleshy areas,
right?
Like eyes, fish hooks.
Yeah.
But your most important, I guess, your most important limbs are the legs, and getting space in the event that you're on the floor, getting your legs between you and the
attacker.
Because your legs are strong enough to support their weight and to move them.
Yes.
But your arms are not.
Correct.
So all the karate chopping in the throat and doing the
Yeah.
palm strikes to the nose. It's just not realistic.
How do you feel about jiu-jitsu?
I think it's great. I think, it
Obviously
teaches
different
a
from
smaller
boxing, yes.
opponent to defend against a larger opponent. But
Primarily on the ground, right?
It is on the ground. And actually, believe it or not, you're not in the worst position if you're on the ground. And let's say an attacker is on you. You don't want to be there. You want to get away.
Right.
That's first and foremost, right? And as much space you can get between you and the attacker is best. But in the event that you are on the ground, you do have a lot of opportunity to, again, look for those things that hang, those fleshy flesh,
right.
eyes,
So
mouth.
Mortal Kombat, when I rip my attacker's trachea from his throat, and say, get over here, is that an actual thing that can happen?
I don't think that's
Rebecca's so concerned for me right now.
It doesn't happen.
I'm
man
just saying,
to man
I feel
either.
like I could maybe
I'm going to
do
call
it.
your therapist right now.
These are the things that I think about, and if somebody came at me like this.
I'll say this much. Before I was this business guy, I was a bruiser, and I got into a lot of fights.
Yeah.
And I was usually the most experienced person in those fights.
Right.
And I always got hurt. I always won.
Right.
But even
you
the
still get
smallest
hurt.
little fight, I got hurt. So anticipate,
Yeah,
gosh
getting
forbid,
hurt,
if there
for
ever
sure.
is an altercation, you want to be loud. You want to look for things that hang. In the event that you're on the floor, you want to get your legs between you and the attacker, and then get up and get out of there. Because even man on man, it gets rough.
You're going to get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it just
So
comes
it's
down
just
to a
be
thing
smart.
where you start slamming each other's fucking head into the ground. That's just not
It's
very
just-
helpful.
This went way differently than I thought it was going.
Sorry, Rebecca.
It's like, here we go,
I
right?
was ready to be like, so, Pep, how's the boxing going? And Sarah's like, I've plotted the deaths of so many people that I walk by on Marta.
Well, how about this?
Sorry.
You come in, hit bags
Okay.
that don't hit back.
Yeah.
Release,
Yeah.
get rid of all the stress.
Yeah.
Actually, we did we really did. We did a brand, we did a brand study on our clientele. And I swear to gosh, this is what we came up. 5 years it took us, X amount of dollars to hire this guy to come in and figure out who our clientele was. Ready? This is thousands and thousands of dollars. Our
Female
clientele
lawyers.
it's ridiculous. What's that?
Female lawyers.
Female lawyers. No, it's our clients are ambitious personally and professionally, and because of that ambition, they need a release. That's you. That's you. That's you.
This is what my therapist tells
So
me.
hit a
I think
bag.
you would love it. So,
Stationary bag.
and I'll let Pepper explain it more, how the different classes are set up. But you're in dark room, the bags. You're the only studio that has the type of boxing bags that you guys have.
Yeah, so we have the tier shaped bags. They're water filled, so they're a little bit easier on your knuckles, and they're a
They've
little
got
bit
a little
friendlier.
more give.
Yeah,
That's
for your limbs, for your joints. They're great for uppercutting where the normal banana bags aren't good. This is great. Hit them in the nuts, right? Yeah. You basically have your own space. You get your own bag. 1 through 20. You spend the first 15 minutes beating the hell out of it, having a great time. We move into some weights, so you get a full body workout.
I like weights.
Because all the technique doesn't, in the world doesn't matter if you can't keep your hands up. So
Are you going to make me jump rope? Because I'm going to say
no jumping rope.
Okay, good.
And then we go right back into some more boxing. So it's user friendly. It's all
Am I
levels
going to
all the time.
barf?
I didn't feel good the first time I
barf
went.
easily. I really do. When it comes to cardio, I'm a puker through and through.
Yeah.
So can we just do a private? And then I just hit
let's do
shit?
a private.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll put
God.
on a body shield and you can just go at it.
I don't know. I mean, I can hit the bag, but you just need to tell me how I can hit the bag most effectively to get out the most rage.
Yeah. I think you'll be surprised how quickly you'll catch on. There's something very primal about it. Even though it's, we deliver a high-end product, but there is something primal. You get in there, you hit, listen to loud music like she said, you release all that stuff that's inside.
Yeah.
It's
It
pretty
feels good.
amazing.
Whoever I don't like, I literally just envision they are the
bag.
Yeah.
And it is, I will leave.
How many
I'll
bags
go
do you have?
in hot and stressed out. 20. So you have 20 potential.
I'm like, can I just have
victims.
the studio for a day and we can hang some fucking pictures and then I can just kill people?
This is very fun.
So that you've got the boxing classes, and then my other favorite classes that I go to, they've got these Savage Body classes. Now
That's
that
where
will make
you do those?
puke.
No, I'm going to barf.
No,
I'm not
so
doing
that
I'm okay with that.
they have the special what kind of, is that like a self-propelled treadmill?
Self-propelled treadmill. So it's kind of like you're pushing a sled. It's just like mush, just go.
Nope, I'm good.
And
That's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I have mushed. I've mushed with dog sledding multiple times in my life.
She's so good.
Of course, she's fucking
a
good.
beast.
Have you seen her?
I have seen her. I've
wakes
witnessed.
Up. We will
Witness the
be
fitness.
on like that's amazing. We will be on a work seminar and out until 1 or 2 in the morning, and she gets up at 5 a.m. and goes running. So yes, she is an anomaly. I am not her.
Well, okay. Well,
My rage can compensate for some of it, but the mushing on a fucking sled, that ain't it.
It's brutal.
Well, I
Yeah.
have a feeling. Yeah, I mean, it'll compensate. It'll get you there.
It'll get me
but
there.
I mean, is that, I guess, because of your heart?
Well,
Was
yes.
this a choice? Or
So for what? To not run or
Yeah, to not do cardio,
I only run when chased by somebody with like a
She does
weapon.
yoga.
Learn to box.
I do yoga.
Peloton.
I do all of the Peloton stuff. I fucking don't like the bike, but I do like all of the app. So I do like the weightlifting and that stuff and the ab challenges
this. You
and
can do
yeah.
This is
So I do. I used to rock climb constantly. Like I like shit like that. Right?
That's why I think it's like a similar, because I like the rock climbing stuff too. It's a similar adrenaline kind of
challenge. You are challenging yourself and you're beating yourself.
And
so
you
that's
can hit as
stuff
hard
I
as
love.
you want to.
Well, you don't seem like someone who would be easily intimidated. So for some people, male, female, doesn't matter. They think boxing is like, the archetype of like, the Rocky, right? Being in like a basement that smells like a sock. Okay, that's not what we are.
No.
There's no contact ever. It's fitness, not fighting.
There should be.
We literally trademarked it. So, but there is, like I said, there's something therapeutic.
Eye of the
about
Tiger is
hitting.
actually my theme song. I used to swing around my 4-poster bed when I was 5 years old to Eye of the Tiger. So you know what? If we were, like Fight Club, can we do Fight Club? Can we just do that? Okay.
And you guys are lawyers.
Yes.
So you can write my waivers.
Yeah.
And we could just do like a
Done. We just won't tell
Atlanta
anybody
Fight
about it,
Club.
but we'll do a Fight Club thing.
Right.
Yes.
And none of our listeners will will speak about Fight Club.
Obviously
Probably
not.
not.
No.
That's rule number
most
one
of
of
them are
Fight
not
Club.
going to do it. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, guys.
Well, and I've joked with...
Don't talk about Fight Club.
well,
I'm just
and
saying I could be Brad Pitt. I've got this. It's fine.
so anyway,
Of course.
I'll get out, spit out a couple teeth, and get up and be like, all right, let's do this.
Who needs teeth?
Yeah.
Well, and I have joked with Pepper a little bit because I was super into boxing, and then I've, again, not been very good recently because I've been dealing with kids and baseball and all these other sports. But now I finally have free time again, so I'm back in the studio.
Yes. You have been.
But I was super into it for a while, and I was like, what if I was getting so into it, I was like, what if I actually boxed?
And I told you no.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Rebecca says to me, maybe I'll go do a fight.
be a
And I
boxer in
said,
Vegas.
the fuck you will. Nope, you're not
Well,
doing
there
that.
are a lot of, charity fights where, quote unquote, white collar will.
I actually have
raise
offered.
money.
I've actually offered to be in one of those with
Yeah.
one of our colleagues on multiple occasions. I'm like,
you
let's
could do
just
that.
raise money for
For
people.
sure.
I think that would be so fun.
But you
I
have a
know
nice
the
face.
punches.
You don't want
That's
your-
what I'm saying.
You want your
She's
face-
stunning.
So
Do you
my
know, have
husband
you
said.
seen the female jujitsu like MMA fights? Because my ex-husband used to watch MMA all the time, right? And so and then they started bringing in the women MMA fighters, and they would have those as the openers. Your face will be so fucked up, I will not allow it.
Well,
I'm
I've
sorry.
always wanted a
Pretty
new
and lovely.
nose, so I feel like it
You're gonna
might be
get
just
one.
like the...
No, you're gonna
the
get
bridge
one.
to an-
I don't know if it's the one you want.
No, keeping your gloves up in front of you, that ain't going to protect you against some of these women. Let's not do that.
Well, I think I'm doing to research it more. I just think if I fought in Vegas and all of us went, how fun would that be?
Not fun, because I would have to jump in and kill someone. No.
I think the vision of you fighting in Vegas is great, but it's going to be in a
More
shitty
fun than the
ballroom
reality. Oh,
at
yeah.
like
we're
a
not gonna go to
Marriott
Caesar's Palace. It'll be so
in
gross.
Decatur.
Oh, it'll be have a
With
buffet.
18 people watching. Yeah, there's going to be a buffet.
Oh,
It's-
man. I was thinking Caesar's Palace, and then after we all go out to dinner.
Obviously.
Have a pool
Yeah,
party the next
Pep's
day.
done that 12 times. You're definitely up next. I'm
great.
sure. They will have
great.
shrimp cocktail. It'll be lovely. The girls
be
with the
awesome.
cards.
I'll come in with full swollen face.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm
okay.
sorry. So, Pep, you currently have a knee wrap on. Tell us what happened to you. Did you tear your ACL? Well, no, because I was going to say, this leads...
You can just say what your injury is, not how it happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Well,
I'm like, I don't really know what happened.
What's the statute of limitations? Like, how long does it... Is that a real thing?
For what?
If like getting into a fight
a lot of things.
where I'd be held liable?
2 years.
2 years? Oh. Yeah, no, okay.
Has
So
it been
I
2
blew
years?
my ACL.
Fighting.
A fist
Shockingly
fight
enough.
in the meatpacking district in New York.
Fuck yes, you
On
did.
the night
Well done.
I met one of my ex-girlfriend's parents.
Oh.
And they were right off the boat Polish. And the dad walks up to me and he goes, good, strong. And I was like, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
My people.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna need more information on this. So was the dad of your girlfriend
At the time.
you just met,
That night.
you get into a fucking fight with somebody in the meatpacking district.
Yeah.
What did they do?
You want to hear the story?
Yes, of course I want to hear
is
the
this
story.
Okay? Okay.
You have no
Here's my
idea the things
disclaimer.
we've talked about. Just lay
My
it on us.
disclaimer, you know, I want to get away. Okay, you know, I've been doing this shit since I was 16. I'm 42 now. So I've been doing this for longer than I've not been doing it. And, you know, the older you get, the less rough you are. Like, I just want...
You're
now, I
tired,
want to do a
yeah.
nice day of work and have a sandwich and go to bed.
Yes, you're
That's my
tired.
life.
That's
but
fair.
15 years ago, it wasn't that, you know? Okay, so I'm in the meatpacking district.
I love this.
With a couple of my buddies. Jay, his name isn't Jay. His initial is Jay.
Oh, okay.
He's a sociopath. He's a little weird.
His name's Justin.
That's her ex-husband.
That's my ex-husband.
It really is Justin.
It is, yeah. And an ex-boyfriend. I'll never date a Justin again.
So
but
you and
continue
my-
on.
and
When
your
you
ex-
said a
your
sociopath, I'm like,
ex-husband
fucking
and
shocker.
Were in a bar fight.
Yes.
No, so I'm having a drink with a couple of my buddies, and you know I'm wearing. Like a cardigan just to look really nice and formal. And if you guys
Wait,
can't
was
see
it
me,
wrapped around your shoulders?
no,
like
it's
very
like a
Southern or
grandpa
what?
sweater,
Yes,
and
that's
I'm fully
comfy.
tattooed.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if you guys can see me or
yeah,
not,
yeah.
and I've got
You can.
cauliflower ears
This
and all
is
that kind of
recorded,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm having a drink, and this guy, he's been muscling everyone around, and he bumps into me, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he does it again, and he
What
goes,
a
"I'm standing here."
Dick.
And I said, well, but I'm standing here now. So, and he took his drink, he put it on the table, and I went, all right, fuck. So I took off my glasses, I handed it to my friend,
do
and I
this.
put my drink down. So I launched him. I pushed him, and then I ran up, and I started punching him.
Pummeling him in the face.
Yes, while he's down. And I didn't realize this, but this man is also a trained fighter.
Oh, fuck.
So he puts me in a heel hook
Surprise.
immediately.
I know what you, I know the heel hook.
And I turn out of the heel hook. I'm out of it. And then 3 bouncers grab me. And at the time, I was about 225, kind of off season. Big guy. So they're grabbing me. They have both my arms, and he puts me back in the fucking heel hook.
Who fucking grabbed him?
Nobody, because he's on the floor.
What a dick.
So then he turns, and my knee went pop, pop, pop.
Oh, of course it
And then
did.
I dropped. So now I've got 2 bouncers on top of me. One of them's on the ground, and he's going like this, like climbing, like Private Ryan
Of
up
course,
towards me.
yeah.
And I kick him in the face.
Yes.
And I stand up with one
This
knee.
is what I need in my life.
With one knee, like I'm talking, it's done. And I'm like limping, and I'm in my fight position. And then the
Rocky
bouncers
IV.
literally grab me. My friends go, "You got to get out of here. We got your card. Here's the keys." I was like, "These aren't my keys." And then they're his keys, so they keep it. And then they give me my shit, put me in a cab, and I'm gone, and I was fine. So the
course.
next day, I was like, "Holy shit, my knee is massive,
This
but I
big.
can't go to the hospital because what if he pressed charges?" And they tell me it is. So I just...
Isn't
I
New York
huffed it.
kind
I
of
did
big
it. I
enough
sucked
to
it
be
up.
like, I don't know, there were 100 other fights in New York
You
that
want to hear
night?
the kicker?
He was a doctor.
No.
Okay.
3 years later, I call an Uber,
Motherfucker was your Uber driver.
and I get in, and it's him.
No.
And in New York fucking city. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I just opened the door and I walked out.
Shut up.
I swear. I swear.
That's
Crazy.
amazing.
That is, and well, that's my knee. So you asked.
So were you
Well, I
going to
know,
have
but-
surgery?
Yeah, I have a ruptured ACL.
So,
And I had a fractured tibia
Ew,
because of
Christ.
because when you rupture the ACL, sometimes it'll snap the tibia.
Yeah, I ruptured my ACL.
Yeah.
Obviously getting into a fight in the meatpacking district. But you should have seen that motherfucking guy. He was way worse than me. But no, mine was skiing. Skiing in Canada. And I tore it in March, and I went to Tim Griffith with Peachtree Orthopedic. He's the Braves doctor. We will have him on at some point in time. He's so
Great
fun.
surgeon.
You should go to him. He's phenomenal. And I sent him my MRI, and he goes, Jesus Christ, it looks like a bomb went off. And I go, it kind of felt like a bomb went off. I'm not going to lie. And I got it done, and I did a year of rehab, and I was back on the slopes this season. So
Awesome.
you too will recover, Pep. Don't
Did you do
fret.
cadaver or hamstring?
Nope, I did. So hamstring for women are obviously not as strong as hamstring for men. So what we do is you do the
Patellar.
the patellar tendon.
Yeah.
So they do like a couple millimeter snip down the middle, and then they create a new ACL. It hurts like shit, by the way, but you
Does it hurt when you squat low, when you get depth?
not anymore. It did for a while. I mean, I don't do anything like insane.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing lizard pose in yoga.
It's a yoga pose.
It's where you like put your leg like up by your head and your legs all the way out there, and you're like down like this. And I'm not doing that.
But we skied together some this year.
Yeah, I did blacks the whole time.
We still did our crazy.
Yeah, we were
like,
fine. Through the trees, all
stuff.
things. So rehab it, you're good. I mean, I'm not sure that you have the dedication for the rehab.
Yeah, it's just too
I
many
mean, you
fat Tuesdays
seem
and-
really unmotivated, so I'm not sure if you're going to ever walk again after this, but you'll be fine. We know all the doctors, so.
Yeah, I'll hit you guys up for that.
So before we let you go, I do have some kind of fitness questions for
Yes.
you. Sarah and I are a little bit older than you, only 2 years, but I feel like we're kind of at that age where it's terrible.
Okay.
Like I do, like I work out every day and I struggle out with fitness, like just trying to figure out if I'm doing the right thing.
Okay.
So in terms of your clients at Pepper Boxing, how many days a week do you think we should be boxing, doing Savage Body, all of the above?
Yeah.
Like your ideal client?
Depends on the goal, of course. You do want to create a caloric deficit, but you also want to put on muscle. So here's a couple random questions for you just to kind of gear you or set you in the right direction. So when do you burn calories most efficiently?
Is that a trick question or is it a quiz?
Yeah, like it's just,
I would probably say most efficiently.
Say in my sleep, but I don't know.
at rest. Yeah. So at rest. And then what burns
efficiently. That makes
calories
sense.
most efficiently?
Muscle.
Muscle. Bingo.
I knew that.
So you need muscle to burn calories,
Correct.
to burn fat,
Correct.
because that's excess calories is fat. So you need to have a good mix of cardio and you need an outside force to create muscle, right? Because you need to adapt.
I'm done.
So you need to adapt. But if you do too much cardio, like extended periods of cardio,
Then you get really, really skinny
well,
because you break
sort
down
of.
muscle.
Yes, you shed muscle because your body wants to be at a constant state of repose, wants to be like easy. I'm carrying all this heavy shit. I can't get rid of bone, so I'm going to get rid of the next best thing, which is muscle. So if you just run miles and miles and miles, have you ever seen it's not meant to be
Marathon runners,
derogatory, but skinny fat?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Can't do
Lots of
that.
skinny fat
But have you noticed that what's it called? Sprinters are full of muscle, zero body fat. So it's a delicate balance of the two. So
Right.
you want to do HIIT style training that combines cardio with weights, and it also causes your metabolism to be geared for longer. Like your EPOC it's a fancy way of saying just your metabolism is revved for that much longer when you combine the two. So I think you should first work at creating habit, i.e. like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and one day on the weekend. But if you're doing it sporadically
Did you
on a
just say 4
Tuesday,
days
on a
a week?
Thursday, I think it would be ideal. It depends what your goal is.
It is ideal, yeah, for sure.
If you don't want, and you could, whatever you want is fine.
Rage release.
He's like, I just want to get out of here alive.
He's like, he goes, for you, you're fucking nuts. 7 days a week, you need to come hit a fucking bag. Period. That's fair.
I think you might need something else. I don't know. I think you might need
You're
like
not
Xanax
wrong.
or something.
I do.
I think you need
You're
like a
not wrong.
prescription.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Got those.
create a habit. I would, in an ideal world, working out 3 to 5 times a week is great. It's manageable. 3 out of those 5 days should be HIIT style training. The other 2 could be, you know, a mix of yoga and just straight strength training or Pilates or whatever it is. But the majority of it should be HIIT style. Put on muscle, create a deficit in your calories, and then also just improve just general health. I mean, every study, I won't get into it, every study proves that any kind of exercise, half an hour a day, will greatly improve your life and extend your life expectancy.
Yes.
Well, and I don't know if it's true, but I saw it on TikTok. A guy the other day said if 1 hour of exercise extends your life by 3 hours.
I wonder if that's true. I don't know. It might be.
I don't know. I mean, it's been like forever now because
You
exercise.
fuckers are going to be old as shit. I'm just going to.
But also healthy, hopefully.
Yes.
And then longevity. There's so much out there now to extend your life.
Now, so you just also had, did you have another major surgery?
Yeah, I had a hip replacement.
Okay, and was that from all of your fighting that you've done, or?
No, I power lifted.
Okay, yeah.
So I was squatting over 600 pounds.
That's a
deadlifting
lot.
Over 600. Yeah, so I was kind of like a poor man pro.
Okay.
Where, you know, I won a couple different competitions, got paid for it, so I was considered pro. But I don't know if I was really one of the best on the coast or anything like that. But I was up there.
And then your hip was like, that's enough.
It just wore down. And then by the time I got surgery, the ball, the top of the femur was just so deformed that I couldn't even bring it up to parallel to the floor.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I couldn't even tie my shoes. I couldn't do anything.
I heard the recovery from a hip replacement's not terrible. Like you were teaching boxing.
I was at work the next day.
Yeah.
But then I also taught classes with a cane.
Right.
Because, well, it was more for solidarity with my team because I ask them. I run my business like a championship team. Mm-hmm. Everyone on my team is expected to be an all-star, period. So if I'm going to ask them to be more, do more, and step
You've
up.
You've got to show up.
I have to show up.
Too. Yep.
So it's inappropriate if I was just like lounging for a week after a major hip surgery.
Yeah. So I had a anterior lumbar fusion where they cut L4-5. So they cut through your abdomen, they move all your organs out of the way, and then they fuse your disc. So for people who may have injuries like us and surgeries and things, and I don't know, fucking maybe heart conditions, who knows? So if you can't do the HIIT style classes, because I'm pretty sure that's not in my repertoire, what would you recommend? Just like strength training and yoga, so you're building more muscle, and that way your metabolism will go up and you'll burn more fat. What do you think?
I would be careful with any kind of real vertical compression.
Yeah.
You probably don't barbell squat, right?
No,
yeah,
I
that
don't.
kind of stuff.
No.
Yeah,
I do curls.
Yeah, so I was going to say isolation exercises are going to be really good for you.
Okay.
Compound movements, i.e. multi-muscle group movements.
Okay.
Again, no vertical compression, but I think you could probably front load it if you wanted to do legs. Yeah. And you might be able to box squat or bench squat.
Yeah, I feel okay with some of those.
Those are usually okay.
Like lunges and stuff like that, my body is not like it. My knee's like, are you drunk? You're not doing lunges.
Yeah. So I would just, instead of going for depth, and I guess depth by powerlifting standards is the crease of the hip hits the top of the knee, I would just shorten the movement.
Okay.
So go 3/4. I mean, you're not getting judged on the depth of your squat, but you do want to improve,
squats,
I guess, muscularity.
I'm okay. Have you seen her butt? All she does is squats. She's got like the most amazing butt in the world. Well,
I don't think I'm allowed to say anything. I don't think
that's fair. Never mind. I'm going to retract that question.
But
HR?
It's amazing. Legs. She does do those.
I do a lot of squats.
A lot of squats.
Yeah, dude, she's smoking. It's awesome.
And I like, what is the thing that I like better than that? When you bend over.
Rows?
Oh, a deadlift.
Oh, deadlift.
I love it.
Look at me.
Stiff legs.
I'm like
stiff
deadlift.
For hamstrings.
I love a deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, your legs
I hate
are...
that shit. Yeah, they're
awesome.
They're a little muscular.
No fat.
So I work out in your Buckhead studio.
Yes.
You have one up here at the Battery.
Yes.
You've got some other locations in the works, right?
Yep.
Can you tell them yet, or are they still secret?
No, we're good. We signed the deal. So we're doing Midtown in Atlanta. We're doing 10th and Spring. So it's right in the heart.
That's a perfect location. Yeah.
And It was cool, man. It was really cool. They kind of rolled out the red carpet and made us a deal that we just couldn't refuse.
I love that.
The deal is insane.
Well, that's such a good. I mean, I feel like there's so many young people in Midtown. I think you'll crush it there.
Yeah, I mean that's like early 30s, late 20s. People like coming to work like in Midtown. So yeah, absolutely.
When we map it, it's through the roof. I mean, it's just all hot, red, which is amazing, and it lines up really well with our brand because our whole thing is everyone's always welcome all the time. So I don't give a shit who you are, where you're from, what you look like. I don't care. You are welcome. Come beat up on something.
Okay.
Have a great time.
I can do that. Yeah.
Wear a heart monitor just in case. Sign the waiver.
Sign the waiver.
Sign the extra special waiver we did just for you.
Well, and we talked before we came on air. If any of our listeners have not been to Pepper Boxing before, can they drop Lawyers and Libations and come work out with you?
Yes. Just don't bring the lawyers or the libations, but you can come. We'll give you a free class. Usually it's $5 for your for your first class, but we'll waive that. Email us at info@pepperboxing.com, info@pepperboxing.com. Mention the show, and we'll gladly comp it. This is for first-timers only.
Yeah, not for me. I mean, I've got a monthly.
I'm a first-timer,
You're a first-timer. Well, you're going to get a private training.
Do private, yeah.
You're going to get I'll give you a free private training.
God bless you,
Just
Pepper.
edit this so that I look great.
Oh,
love me.
John is amazing. People will always love you.
John, my man. You get a free private too.
John's going.
You're easily lovable. You are fantastic. The many times that I've met you, you've been nothing but kind and gracious and lovely. So we're very happy to have you on the show, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you
for having me.
Cheers.
It means a lot.
Thank you for our college.
Yeah, for our
beverage
fishbowl, whatever the fuck this is.
For the spring breaky.
Right.
And we'll do an
Sharky
update.
shakes.
We'll do an update after my first rage release.
Should we tape it?
We
We'll
could
do like a
that.
montage. Oh, we'll do an
We'll
80s,
get Rebecca.
90s
She's
montage.
so
Oh my
excited.
God.
Yes.
We'll do the music and We'll do.
Can we do like Lincoln
Eye
Park?
of the Tiger.
And
We'll do Eye of the Tiger
I
because
do
you used
love
to swing from the pole.
Yeah. Fuck, I love
listening
that. Yeah.
From the
Then
bedpost.
should we fight at the
The
end?
pole. I think we've just set up.
No, I would never fight Rebecca.
The little still.
I actually taught
for the
my
podcast would be you guys like.
I actually
face to face.
told my daughter probably 2 or 3 years ago. I said, "We only fight boys.
Yes.
We never fight girls."
Yes.
And so that has like always been my mantra. So I love you, but I can't fight you. I'm sorry.
So she'll fight me.
Only so I'm going to fight
But I'll
Pepper
video
instead.
y'all fighting.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you can video us fighting. But I also learned at a very young age not to fuck with anybody with cauliflower ears.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but that means that they've been through a lot of shit, and I'm not messing.
You got to
with
earn
them.
these.
You do.
You got to
You
earn
do.
these.
Wait. We forgot to put on our hats.
Oh, your
Hats.
hat.
Too late.
I got you one.
I got it.
You got me a hat.
I got you
I love
a
hats.
pepper trucker.
Okay, hold on. There went Rebecca. Oh, I love this.
Look.
Who doesn't love hats? Fuck, I love a good hat. Thank you for this.
Oh,
There we go. How
this
is
makes
it?
me so happy.
So cute.
It's a good trucker hat.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, can't we are.
Pepper, thank you. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
We
Thank you
enjoyed
for
it,
having me.
and we'll
Thank
tape it, and we'll do a check-in.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, cheers. We'll see
I hope that was
you.
okay.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah,
Fantastic.
we'll see you next time on Lawyers and Libations.
Did I do it?